Welcome to the Jurassic Jungle, where eco self-build meets cutting-edge smart home tech.
Hi, so today I'm going to help you understand how you can choose the different types of configuration of Velux window, or two of the main types, and that's either a top hung window or a middle hung window. So in this building we're in a converted barn, so the roof is quite low here. And if we had the choice of pivoting is either a hinge along the top here or a hinge at this point. So if you're in a room like this and you have a window hinged in the middle, I'll show you that example later, that window will come down when it's level and stick out into the room. So if you're walking around with there's limited space, there's a chance that you'll walk into it. So in this situation we have a top hung window. So it's hinged at the top, it's got a vent at the top, and then we can open it, and there are springs that you can adjust to balance that to keep it open. So in a room like this where you've got a low ceiling, that works really well. It's not coming into the room at all. The challenge obviously is how you clean those. I've got another video that will cover that. And one of the things you need to be careful with this is a holiday rental that we run, and the challenge we have is people pull the vent all the way open. That's actually how you get to clean it. Well, that's what your middle hung window would look like, but in this instance really that's just for cleaning the window. You can see that's come out into the room quite a bit. If you've got limited space, there's a chance that you're going to hit your head on that. And the reason I say you shouldn't really do it like that is the window becomes unstable. I don't know if you can see that moving around. I'll show you that on my cleaning video. So although you can put it in that middle position, it's not really meant to be doing that other than for cleaning. So the downsides to having the top hung windows, you can't have them motorized. So if these windows were high up in a vaulted ceiling, and I'll show you that on a different example, you can't get them to open them for ventilation, so you're probably going to want a motor, either a mains powered motor, or you can get solar rechargeable battery powered motors. And they have a motor and a chain that pushes the top of the window down and has a rain sensor that closes it as well. So that's the disadvantage with these top hung windows. You can't have them automated, which would be good for us here because people often go out and leave the windows open. But it would be, a problem in a room where you've got very low ceilings like this, the way that top folds into the room. So in this example, we've got a room with centre hung Velux windows. And these are, as I've said, high up in a vaulted ceiling, so I can't get to these to open them the way that I could in the barn conversion at the beginning of the video. So these I need to be automated for ventilation. You can do it with a pole, but our whole home is automated, so I want that all automatic. My ones here are mains powered, but you can also get solar powered motors into these windows, and they pivot a bit like you saw on the previous window from the centre, and that means they can be motorised because there's a small motor with a chain that pushes the top of the window down and levels that out. And there's also an air vent at the top. And on these ones I've also fitted electric shade motors, and I've got a separate video on how simple it is to install those. So let's just look at the operation of these when we're automating them. So this is the automation on the centre hung blind. So you'll see as it starts to open, first of all the air vent or the hatch comes down and unlocks the window, and then it starts to pivot from the centre and opens, I think, about 6 or 8 inches on this example, relatively slowly. There's a rain sensor on the roof, so if it happens to rain when you're out or you don't notice it raining, it will automatically close the windows. And you can probably just see at the top, I'll zoom in a second, the motor on the chain that's operating that window. So you can see the chain there that just pushes that window down until it's pretty much horizontal. Certainly on the picture roof we've got here, it's sort of 22, 23 degrees, and holds that fairly sturdy. So not an issue if you've got wind catching it. We've also got automatic blinds on these windows that you can open or close through different automations or just a wall switch. And these are complete blackout, so they're really quite quite effective. They've got rails down either side, so I've got a video for you on how simple it is to install these. My ones again get the power from the mains, but you can also have solar powered, so if you've got windows already and would like to add blinds to them, you don't need to worry about getting power to the blinds. So I hope that's given you a good overview of the choice of Velux blind that you might need for your build. The top hung ones are great if you want nothing coming into the room and a large opening, but you can't have them automated, you can't have a motor on them. The centre hung ones are great if you've got them high up in the ceiling and you want that automation. You can do it manually with a stick, but it doesn't cost very much to add the automation to them. I've got a couple of other videos on how to fit those blinds that you saw on my top hung window. Those fit on my centre hung window, sorry, they also fit the top hung windows as well. And I've got a couple of videos on how to clean these windows because you're able with both types to flip them 180 degrees and clean the outside from inside your property. If you haven't already, it would be great if you like this video, please click like, and if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate all of your time watching my videos, and I hope they've been of some value to you. Thank you.